You are watching SHOUTcraft, exciting entry-level esports commentary with myself, TotalBiscuit. Let's prepare for ponage! Here we go. QXC spawning in the bottom right of this particular level. He's got himself a nice, stylish purple base. This is the jungle basin. And in the top left, what we have here is Mao's Mana with his red Protoss. APM, vitally important. 500 APM, and why not? Clicky, clicky. It's good stuff. You know what? I have to wonder if he's just randomly hammering keys, honestly. Look at how many times he's clicking. See, he's clicking, selecting all sorts of different things. It's wonderful. Right, okay. Mao's Mana, are you going to build a pylon? Sounds exciting. I'm thrilled by this. QXC, supply depot on 10 supply. Not a huge surprise there, honestly. There you go. And out that one goes, building his SCV once again. Now, I have to wonder if QXC is going to fall for the same problem he did in the last game, which is not to apply the aggression. I think that being on the defensive against Mana is a terrible idea, as demonstrated by Mana, because Mana is not afraid to build units that you wouldn't otherwise see. Oh, it's carriers! Well, you know what? I'm not actually used to having carriers. Oh, yeah, and I'm supposed to have a bloody replay bar. There we go, there we go. Fixed, folks. Sorry about that. Anyway. Carriers. Many carriers, many wonderful, fantastic carriers, which is not really what you set up to counter in your average game. Well, you know what? He might build carriers, so I better build a counter to that. Oh, wait, no, actually, they almost never do that, because carriers are... you know, I like carriers. I think carriers are a great unit, a very entertaining unit, but they're not exactly in favor. Let me put it that way. They're very pricey. Arguably not as effective as Void Rays. Void Rays, very precise thing, and not all that expensive. Plus, you can bring them out much earlier for harassment. Takes a big investment to go into carriers, just kind of like it does to go to a mothership. But arguably, you know, at least a mothership actually has a very decisive role, whereas a carrier, not necessarily. They're good, though. There's no doubt about that. They are really, really nice. Simon X Score coming in for Mao's Mana as he's scattered by QXC, who, you know what, is just maybe having a cordial little greeting to his friend, the Protoss over here. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. We've got everything you want, and, well, we're going to gun down your pro. It doesn't rhyme, I know, but with a Terran, we don't really care. We're not really into that. Hillbilly Terrans, nah, not really big into this whole rap thing. Okay, QXC with a tech lab early on, and a single refinery there. We're looking for more Marauder pressure early on in the game. We'll find out very soon, because he now has the money to build the factory. Is he going to build the factory? No, he's not. There we go. 2 barracks looking for Marauder pressure. It's a good switch up for this level. It's not a huge run from point to point. Actually, it's quite a small map, as you can see right here. Not the biggest in the world, by any stretch. A very standard opening strategy for Mana. Not building 10 gateways yet. He'll wait for that later. Mana chases QXC's SCV around. No, come back! I'm lonely, he says. He has no friends. He'll have a sentry soon, but sentries are robots and are terrible, terrible dinner conversation. They're very bad house guests as well, honestly. Entirely rude. Completely lacking in manners. Robotics facility coming up right here for Mana. Very quick indeed. And it is a good counter, of course, to that Marauder pressure. Will QXC persist in this? He's looking to do so. Reactor coming up right there. Marines, Marauders. I say if he goes a little bit heavier into Marines, obviously with the Reactor, which is what he's looking to do, then yes, he'll be able to counter those Immortals and he'll be able to beat them down. Of course, this very early robotics facility could also mean that he's going right the way into his robotics bay. What does a robotics bay give you, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, absolutely. It gives you the wonders of the Colossi, which will slice their way through that very effectively, and Mana uses his Colossi very, very well. Extremely well. First Observer coming out. Not that he really needs it this time around. His opponent is not going through straight to the Cloaked Banshees early on in the game, so it's nice to have nonetheless, though. Now, Observers are really, really neat. They're good units to have. They're not especially expensive, so yeah, why not build an Observer? Get an eye on what your opponent is doing. Right now, it's Marines Marauders, the basic sandwich, the bread and butter of the Terran forces right here. Got 3 Marines, he's got 4 Marauders, he's got a lot more on the way. Mana is expanding, building another Nexus over here. Not having to worry about that yet, but QXC could get aggressive. Starport coming up, though. Straight through factory through to Starport. Pretty rapid about that. Reactor coming up for that. Well, There's a reason for that. Building a reactor to do a swap around. This is what is called M and M and M. Now, again, not a Terran Rapstar. M and M and M is, in fact, the Marines, Marauders, and Medivac strategy, which will work okay until his opponent builds Colossi, at which point it stops working okay, but yeah, there you go. It also brings into the fray the idea of dropship tactics, which means you're looking to drop things into the back of the base and do big damage with that. These quick lightning strikes. They are effective. QXC massing his forces right here. Here comes that robotics bay from Mana. Held back a little bit till he could get his expansion there, and he'll be building 4 gas pretty shortly, simply for the purpose of pumping those out. But there you go. See, Mana has scouted that, and he is aware of what's coming out. He knows exactly what's coming. Marines, Marauder, Medivac is the order of the day, and a initial force moving out with some aggression right here, looking to do some damage. What have we got here? We've got 12 Marines. We have 6 Marauders and more on the way, backed up by 2 Medivacs. They're going to be repulsed by 5 Stalkers, 3 Sentries, and a Zealot. Or more accurately, they aren't going to be repulsed by that. That's going to fail. What he can do, at least, is use the Sentry to block off that ramp and hold him back for a little bit of time. You'll notice on the Jungle Basin, the natural expansion is really, really easy to defend. Why? Because the only way in is via the base right here or through the air. So it's very limited in terms of what you can do. But he does have 2 Medivacs, so he's going to be able to drop in right there. A significant force is now standing in the defense, looking for 5 of those. He moves around. There's the pickup. 2 drop, 2 drop. There you go. Not going to be good enough, though. Doesn't quite have the numbers. Or does he? Additional warp in right there, so that force is going to get crushed pretty quickly. A nice defense there by Mana. It's going to be a standing fight. QXC knows he can't get out of there, because if he does, he's going to lose units. And he actually lost units. I'll try that one again. He lost units in the dropship right there, which was unfortunate for him. And he didn't have anything to follow up with. He could have used that as a decoy and then run in there, but he just didn't have the unit. So that was a unfortunate loss for him. QXC looking to attack that, and he actually managed to take the robotics bay down, but not quick enough for the Colossi. There you go. A single Colossus has come out. But he's going to have to rebuild that robotics bay before he gets any more. So that could be a limiting factor there for Mana's combat effectiveness. In the meantime, Vikings coming out to counter that single Colossi. Slicing up that Marauder. Doesn't even really get a shot off, honestly. Splashes off the shields of the Zealot. No big threat there. Marine says, no, please, not me. I have a wife and children. Do we care? Mana is a cruel and very, very, very unpleasant individual when it comes to brutalizing lone Marines. So unfortunate. But hey, you know, the lesson here is don't send out lone Marines if you don't want them to be splattered by Stalkers. Here comes the aggression. Can he repulse it? He probably can, honestly. With that Viking fire coming in, he's driving away the Colossi, which is the big linchpin of that force. He loses a Viking. Here we go once again. The thing is, QXC can pump out big numbers. A little bit of micromanagement there, doing a little bit of a dance around. Mouse Mana, is he confident enough that he can go in there and inflict big damage? I'm not convinced about that. A Medivac coming in to back it up, and another Viking. Wants to bring that Colossus down. If he can do that, that's going to give him a lot of confidence to push in. Siege tank coming in to back it up as well. Here comes the force from the rear. A nice split up there with the sentries. And unfortunately for him, Mouse Mana is inflicting horrendous casualties on that small force of Marines and Marauders. More pumping out right here. Mouse Mana needs reinforcements, though. He doesn't have a proxy pylon. That force is being slightly whittled down. The Colossi taken out right there. There we go. That's good. That's good. Mouse Mana's being forced to retreat with a pull-off from the mineral line with those SCVs. He's going to have to get the hell out of there, and he managed to pick off a Stalker for good measure. So he's inflicted good casualties there, and indeed, QXC is catching up. He is almost at the same level there. Not an awful lot in it. 225 minerals. Like 275 minerals. Learn to count TotalBiscuit in this particular game. Okay. What is the counter? Well, Mana's going to go for the variety pack approach. He's got a Twilight Council coming in right here and another Colossus to replace the one that unfortunately fell in combat. What is he going to do with that? Well, we're looking once again maybe for Zealot Charge and Stalker Blink. QXC relying once again on those Marines Marauders, but he's going to back them up with Medivacs and Siege Tanks right now. Doesn't have too many Siege Tanks though. He's got the Siege Tech coming in. Does he have the money for it? Let's have a look at the economy, folks. What's going on with that? Well, the economy of the two is, well, QXC is ahead, but only just. He's got an expansion rolling. As a direct result of those mules, he is a little bit ahead right there. But Mao's Mana actually has more harvesters, so technically his economy is looking a little bit stronger right now. A drop, yes indeed, a drop of Marines looking for some aggression. In the meantime, Mao's Mana with a small expeditionary force of Stalkers. Can he find anything? Well, he could blow up a few things with it, so you can't really complain there. Here it comes. Here's the drop around the side right there. How much economic damage can 8 Stim Marines inflict? The answer is, if there isn't a lot of defense, an awful lot. He might be able to take out the robotics facility, but I'm thinking that's fairly unlikely considering the proximity of the defensive forces, so I think he's going to go for the mineral line with this one. There we go, and round it comes. The silent threat sneaking in from the rear. It is QXC's Medivac with 8 very, very angry Marines. There's the drop in from the rear and looking for economic damage. The gun's firing quickly. Not too good, though. He's able to push Mana's forces away. Takes a few probes with it, so it's going to delay it. But there you go. Here come the Stalkers. That's not enough Stalkers to do it, especially not with Medivac backup. A single Stalker already taken out. Needs the reinforcements from the rear. Here comes the Colossus. Needs to pick up and get the hell out of there. Needs to run. Needs to run. Oh, God. Oh, God. The humanity of it all. Taken out. Nice catch there by Mana. So not all that effective a drop at all. And indeed, that pushes Mana way, way ahead in terms of units lost in terms of the comparison between the two there. Look at that. Look at how much QXC lost from that versus what Mana lost. It wasn't necessarily worthwhile. Mana moving out to a second expansion right here. There you go. He's got a good force of that. Oh, no! Oh, no! It's a drop! It's a nice catch there by QXC, coming in seemingly unseen. And Mao's Mana's going to lose an awful lot of probes right here. They're not going to be able to get away from that. There's the pickup. Grabs 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks for the stim to get some more. Can he do it? Well, no, he can't, because he just doesn't quite have that backup. Well, he's backed into a corner. Oh, God, he can't get away. It's a massacre. Standing and fighting. They can't do anything at all. Oh, no. Oh, dear. That was a good catch right there. Nice movement there by QXC. And he's not letting up here, but this is going to end up in an unpleasant fashion. Loses the dropship. And he's going to lose the Marauders as well. And he doesn't even take a single Stalker with him, so not really worthwhile. Thing is, he didn't really have too much of an option right there. He was hemmed in from all sides. He would have taken Stalker fire if he tried to escape. What's QXC doing right now? QXC trying to apply continued pressure to Mana. Will he be able to do it? Uh-oh. Yes. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again. Oh, man. Mana is an absolute beast. Yes, he is a beast with those Psy Storms, and that's what's coming in, folks. He already has 4 up, and he's even got the energy upgrade coming in right there. The K-Darin Amulet. Here comes the pain. Here's the movement from the side, looking once again for drop strategy. He's got 3 Marauders. He's also going to put in 2 of those. Is he going to be able to assassinate those High Templar? He might try. Oh, feedback! No! Oh, wow! Yeah, not happening. Not happening. No. Oh, wow, unbelievable. Again, bear that in mind. That Medivac had so much energy. Suddenly, pop! Gone. Wonderful use of feedback there by Mana, and QXC is a little bit upset by that, I would imagine. Moving in a force of Stalkers with Colossi backup and a couple of High Templar for good measure. Zealot Legs upgrade, also known as Charge, coming in on its way. Ooh, wow. Big aggression coming in from the side. Stim Marines and Marauders looking to take out that expansion. Will they do it? Yes, they will. They'll take it, and they're looking to establish a beachhead on that particular area. Will they get it? In the meantime, Mao's Mana's forces being slowed up by a couple of sacrificial lambs right there, but finally pushing his way in, looking to get a sentry. Doesn't really do too much with it, I'm afraid. Force field's not effective on open ground like this, and QXC able to pull back, inflicting significant losses there on Mana. Mana loses a base, and that's going to cause him a few problems. Look at that, couple of Vikings coming in for harassment from the side. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to drop them to the ground? Yes, he can, but they're going to be taken out by the Stalkers, so it doesn't really matter in any way, shape, or form. QXC pulling back to his base to make sure nothing actually ends up happening, and the forces of Mao's Mana are... Where the hell are they, actually? There we go. I was going to say they've run away! Yes, the forces of Mao's Mana have gone to the bar. GG, good game. They can't be arsed. Mao's Mana still looking in a strong position. However, if QXC is able to effectively expand, which is what he's looking to do right now, then his economy could get rolling once again. Look at that, though. QXC is a little bit behind, but he's got way, way more harvesters available. And Mao's Mana moving over the force of Stalkers, and he's also got some Colossi right there. Sacrificial Lamb taken out. A lot of mobility in the forces of QXC, though, thanks to Stim and thanks to those Medivacs. So he's going to try and engage him on his terms. Does he have the firepower necessary? Well, the dropships are moving in right there to attack, and Mausmana pushing his way back into that force, inflicting initial damage. He's actually blocked himself in right there, but he is able to take a good chunk of them. What there? Oh, he doesn't want to drop anywhere near those High Templar, and he knows it. There you go. Psystorm 1 and 2, not so effective this time, though. Oh, no, delayed on the third one. It's a good catch, but still loses the High Templar. QXC in the mineral line, and he's having an all-you-can-eat buffet right there. In the meantime, we've got a battle coming on right here, and the Marauders of QXC have been taken apart by Mausmana's exceptional force right here. That's an awful lot of High Templar backing him up right there. Do you want to see the damage? Yes, you do. Command center being taken apart. Oh, it's up in the air. He doesn't care because the Stalker's... Oh, actually, no, he's not going to do it. He's not going to be able to do it. He doesn't have the firepower for it. Once again, skirmish is going on right here with the dropships. 2 dropships moving in and doing significant damage there. But the thing is, this economy, really not an awful lot going on here anyway, so he's not too bothered about that. Not able to take out any significant tech buildings. So, actually, did he... No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't take out anything worthwhile. So, there you go. It's good economic damage, but like I said, those probes are pretty much nearing the end of their lifespan anyway. Their warranty has expired, so you don't really care. You know, you try and sell them on eBay, no one wants to buy them, and you end up just giving them away as free gifts. And those are terrible gifts, folks. Don't buy probes for your family at Christmas, but do buy Vikings if you want to blow up some Colossi. Nice blink, catches 1. Is he going to get any more? No, he's not. It's not really a good trade, is it? Takes a Viking for a Colossi right there. Big firepower coming in from the Viking long-shot torpedoes. More aggression coming in as Mausmana says, I would like to take your orbital command to dinner. Unfortunately, by dinner, I mean I'm going to eat it. There you go. It's on fire. Look at that, though. Mule drop right underneath it looking for a repair. There you go. It's a sneaky sneak. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Oh, wow. And a wall of zealots moving in right here. Takes down 1 bucket, takes on 2. Chain guns blazing as we charge in on the Vikings. Blink around the rain. And a Psystorm at the back as well. It's nasty. It's messy. It's brutal. And really, honestly, Mausmana is relying entirely on a huge... Oh, wow! There you go, folks. That's it. That's it. QXC. Good game. And Mausmana takes this series 3-2-1. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Mausmana, what a player. Excellent, excellent play there from all fronts. I'm sorry, I don't know if we can find this again. Maybe we can. I'm going to try and do this right here. I'm going to have to move this bloody thing out of the way. There we go. I want to find this one particular move because, oh, wow, that was just absolutely incredible. Where was it? Around here, maybe? That's the dropship. Well, that was a... Let's drop right there. It was around here somewhere anyway. Hi guys, I'm a Medivac. Not anymore. Good game, ladies and gentlemen, presented to you by SteelSeries and of course StarCraft-Source.com. QXC versus Mausmana right here on SHOUTcraft.